Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shayla, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Tired. I'm tired. I am tired. We're gonna see if we get a few people to come in tonight. I am tired. For the couple that just came in, hello, hello, how art thou? Um, Child, tell you, I'm tired. Tired, boss. I'm tired, boss. Tired. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Oh, goodness gracious. I wanted to come on. No, I am not dolled up. We're not doing any of that tonight. I just got back. Um, just got back home. So yeah, y'all gonna get what y'all got tonight. It is what it is. Hope you guys have been enjoying your week. Hope you had a very prosperous week. Very prosperous Sunday. Hope you guys have been getting everything that your heart desires. I want to thank those of you who tuned in with me for the concert the other night. Y'all, let me tell you, I don't know what I came across at that concert. I don't know if it was the cannabis, okay, but I hadn't been right since. I have not been right since the cannabis took me out. Hey, Pap, how you doing, lady? The cannabis took me out. The cannabis took me out. I had contact. I had contact. I couldn't get myself together. I could not get myself together. Um, like I lost my voice that night, and it was I could not get myself together. That they had that ooh wee. You hear me? I don't know. Girl, I was high. I'm telling you, I was high. First it came through and it was like it was regular, it was the regular cannabis. And then it was like it got caught in my throat. What's going on, Bruce? It got caught in my throat and I couldn't do anything. What's up, Shay? I couldn't do anything with it. So I was like, oh Lord. So then I thought, that C thing had popped back in. I was like, oh Lord Jesus. So I'm taking, the C test and all this stuff. Test came back negative, so that was not it. It was the cannabis. It was the cannabis sativa. The cannabis took me out. Okay, the cannabis took me out. But when I tell y'all, we had a time. When I tell you we had a time, and I'm gonna get on something else, but we had a time. So for the stuff that y'all did get to see, when I tell you that they brought out Atlanta, they brought everybody out. Um, man, whew, Jesus, they it opened up with Shy. Initially it was just supposed to be like Escape. What's going on, Princess Di? Escape, Bobby Brown. They had a couple people on the lineup, right? So by the time they finished, it opened up with Shy. Y'all, and let me apologize too for this right here, because I know y'all were talking about me, the ones that were watching. That's how you know I had some contact, because I had no idea that I was singing that loud in the phone. I thought I would just keep it to myself. I'm just thinking, y'all know. So I'm like, and I saw the playback. And I was wondering why my friend was laughing at me so hard. Cause she knew, yeah, anyway, that's a whole other story. So blame it on the cannabis. But it started out with Shy, and then so it was Shy, Drew Hill, um, El DeBarge, for y'all little young heads, if y'all don't know who L is, y'all better ask about them DeBarges, L and Chico and them. Y'all better ask about them. But El DeBarge, Jagged Edge, Drew Hill, Silk. They bought out Dro. Um, oh Lord, Lil Zane. 112. Um, Karen White was in the audience and they pointed her out. So the DJ started playing Superwoman and Karen White started singing some of Superwoman. Um, oh my God. Chris Tucker, um, Bobby Brown, um, then Bobby Brown had his son singing who sings background. Hey, Miss April, how you doing? Who sings background? Lance Broke can sing. Then they brought out some local talent. T Royal. Y'all saw that. Bruh had us trying to read all them words on that screen. Let me tell you something. Hooked on Phonics works for us because none of us now one of us. Hey, Lil Zane is not Lil no more, okay? That joker came out like he done did a 20-year bid, okay? Lil Zane is Big Zane. But yeah, he looked good. But yeah, so child. Hold up, Pepe ain't finished yet. Hold on. So Bobby Brown, Young Jock, Escape, of course. T.I. Am I missing somebody? Damn. I'm missing somebody because Escape brought out some people too. But y'all, Portia came out on stage, her and Shamia, whatever. They did a little twerk work on the stage. Y'all, it was crazy. When I tell you that concert was over 3 hours, it was like right at 4 hours, y'all. And it was crazy. And I was up dancing the whole night. Go out there trying to be cute. And oh Lord, little teen feet was hurting so bad, child. I kicked them boots off. You heard me? I kicked them boots off. Yes, I am a country girl to the day I die. I kicked those boots off because I had to be ready when Escape got up on that stage. You heard me? Now, from where we were at, now we were in the 100 section, but still, the sound quality wasn't the same sitting in the like in the stands versus being on the floor. But I cannot be on the floor because I got to be able to see. And I can't have people standing up in front of me. Y'all know, because we get ignorant sometimes, people standing in front of us and we trying to see. So, let me tell y'all something. For those that were like trying to figure out if Escape was going to do their thing without Miss Latasha, when you heard that, look here. I'm giving y'all all my country girl, because, hey, look here. They did that without Latasha. They love Latasha, okay? But they split up all those parts. They were singing each other parts. When I tell y'all, they did the darn thing. They did the darn thing. I was just, when you feel like, I think our tickets were like 150, 157, one for, child, I don't know. It came out to like, because we did the parking too. So it was, anyway, it was worth it. It was worth it, and then some, because everybody did at least 2, 3 songs. And Bobby, let me get on y'all about Bobby real quick before I get into the other stuff, before we start getting caught up. Let me tell you something. Bobby had on this blue leather suit. Now, I'm going to assume it was leather, because it looked leather, at least from where I was sitting, so it was leather to me. Bobby had on this blue, like, royal blue leather suit. And y'all, when I tell y'all, let me tell you something. When I tell you it was hellacious up in there, y'all, it was so hot. And it was like in the 60s in Atlanta that day anyway, but y'all, it was so hot. And Bobby was sweating from the crown of his head to the heels of his feet. And Bobby would not take that leather jacket off. You hear me? Bobby, they done went and bought out a whole fan for Bobby, okay? They done went and bought out a whole fan for Bobby. So that's why y'all heard us in the back saying, I love you, Bobby, I love you. We had to pull a Whitney Houston on her for him. So they done went and bought out some fans for Bobby. Bobby refused to take that jacket off. Bobby hadn't got, he doing his number. Y'all know he do the little Roger Rabbit stuff and all that stuff. Y'all know. For those, if you know, you know. So Bobby doing his little stuff. Bobby say, I guess we're going to have to take control. All that stuff. But that heat took control of his body that night. Because Bobby, listen, by the time we kept saying, Bobby, take it off. Bobby, take it off. Bobby wouldn't take that jacket off. Bobby said no. Bobby had the sleeve hanging down. You know how you get hot, you just let the sleeve hang down. Bobby had the sleeve hanging down. But Bobby won't taking that jacket off. So you just saw his shoulder. He gave a little shoulder work. He gave a little shoulder work. But Bobby was not taking that jacket off. You hear me? And so when they pulled do the little close up on his face, like you see the sweat just pouring down. They done went and got Bobby a cold rag, cold towel, all this stuff. They rubbing him down. But Bobby did not stop the show. You hear me? Bobby kept going. So we got to give Bobby his props for being able to get up there and do his dance and still sing his little songs. Cause he did his little thing, and if, like I said, his son sung too. He's one of his background singers, and he sung. I think he actually sung part of Ronnie. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, child. Yeah, he was about to pass out. I ain't gonna lie, Princess died, but he did his thing. But Lord, he was about to pass out. So that's all. I love you, Bobby. I love you. I love you. Bobby was by gone, but Bobby said, "I ain't gonna let these little young whippersnappers show me up." So Bobby did his thing. He said, "I guess we're gonna have to take control," and then he took control. He took control. Silk put on a little nasty show as always, and I loved it. They put on a little nasty show as always, did that little thing. Yeah, they were hot too, but they came out of their clothes. They ain't care. I believe they came there to come out of their clothes. Like that's what it was. So, but yeah, awesome time, awesome, 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 awesome. So if they come to y'all area, um, I think that was my third or fourth time seeing Escape. So I already knew what to expect from them, but like they just hit South Carolina too. So the night before they came to Atlanta, not Escape. Escape wasn't a part of it, but they have this southern tour that they're doing, and they got different people on the tour. So when they hit Atlanta, like every place that they go to, they have a different lineup. They'll take some people away. So some people may get to see Monica. Some people may get to see, I don't know, maybe Life. Like every place they go, you get to see a different person. So if y'all get to catch that show, let me tell you something. You are not wasting your money. I know they do it different in ATL because ATL got the folks here, so they're gonna come out because they were just there. Brat was there, Big Booty Judy was there, Country Wayne, like everybody was there. So people gonna come out to Atlanta and see what they got going on. But everywhere you got a different, they got different folks. So if you get a chance to check that show out, check that show out. Like, for real, check that show out. But child, them girls was singing, honey. They won't sing and they was singing. They was singing. They did it. Whew. So yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with that. Have fun with that. Other than that, guys, I have been out here enjoying myself, staying out of the booth I laid. And I can say, thankfully, that because of some of the stuff that has taken place on YouTube, I have been able to acquire some new clients that I would not have had access to had I not been on YouTube and participated in some of the stuff, I guess, that I participated in on YouTube. So I'm able to go and participate in and work with some other people that shall remain nameless on here, because we ain't about to have no people trying to contact folks and be like, "Oh, y'all don't fool, but we ain't doing that." So that's kind of what's been going on, because I had some people kind of hit me up in my little inbox, my little email. "Doc, what's going on?" That's what's going on. Second thing, third thing, one of them things, we just gonna keep on rolling with it. We've been having conversations about the stuff that's been going on with Deion Sanders. Okay, listen. Now I might lose y'all on some of this. If I lose you, that's okay. If you think that what I'm saying is a whole crock of stank mess, then you are more than welcome to say, "Doc, that stuff stank. It ain't right. You need to hush. You need to hush." But I'm going to give y'all my opinion on this. Okay. Being not only a Neon Dion fan since I was young, I was also a Charlie Ward fan. If you know about Florida State, if you know, you know. So for me, I feel like once your job is done, okay, once your job is done, your job is done, you know? And I'm one of those people where I feel like everything is, there's a reason and a season. And your season come, your season go. You do what you're supposed to do, and you roll out. Okay. Now y'all tell me your thoughts on this now, because I am one of those. I don't know what the folks been saying on here about stuff, but for me, I don't go along with that sellout thing, because at some point we got to move forward. We got to progress. Just like, on here, we have to move forward. We have to progress. On your job, you got to move forward. You got to progress. You're going to be, some people are not going to be happy that you have moved on. Some people are going to feel like, oh, well, you promised me this and you didn't do, like, you didn't stay as long as I think you should stay. This is my thing. I think that man blessed that program. I think those kids will forever, and I'm saying forever, be touched by the things that man brought to that program. I believe that he wasn't brought there on his own. I believe that was a spiritual journey. Y'all know how I am about these journeys. I believe that was a spiritual journey. I believe that it still is a spiritual journey. And I believe that a lot of opportunities have already been created and will continue to be created for different people, not just the students, because you've seen that there have been coaches that have been promoted. Like, what the flip? Like, we got to be realistic. Again, if y'all don't agree with me, that's okay. I'm just up here talking, just trying to catch up a little bit. But let me tell y'all something. Now, I'm not all about money, because money is not everything, okay? Money is not everything. But I'm going to tell you this. If I come to a job and I do the job that I promised you that I was going to do, and I do it efficiently, and I make whatever job I came to do, if I'm making that program, if it's better, now that I'm leaving, if I have made it better than it was when I got there, okay? And now let's add a little stank on this, okay? You paying me $300,000, but I was supposed to be getting more depending on the number of people that I actually put, them butts that I put in these stadiums, and y'all didn't give me the money that y'all promised me, and I got these people right here flat out, y'all paying me $300,000. Okay, that ain't a lot for coaching in school. I'm just saying, y'all paying me $300,000. I need y'all to think about this now. Think about this. Now. So you basically, at this point, you working as a government employee, making this $300,000 right here. $300,000. It sounds like a lot. It's really not that much. And you got this other school that's offering you $5 million. Hold on. Y'all forgive me, my phone was ringing. You got this other school that's offering you $5 million. You have the support of the school. You have the support of the Booster Club. You have the support of the community. Jesus. Y'all, hold on one second. All right. So, you have these people that are offering you this money, and they're standing on what they're standing on what they're offering you. It comes to a point, and y'all, I'm saying this. I graduated from HBCU. I graduated from a HBCU. So I say this with all the love, because I see people sitting up here trying to put the strength, like put all the HBCUs on this man's back. I'm sorry. This man don't owe the HBCUs nothing. Okay? I am a proud graduate of South Carolina State University. Okay. But at the end of the day, I thank them for the education that was bestowed upon me. But I did not just attend the HBCU. I attended other schools as well. And I got to tell y'all, let's be real. What's going on, Miss Fat? What is going on? That stuff with like, people don't support it like that. I'm glad that people are coming out now and saying that they're HBCU proud and they support this and that. But when you go to the games, when you look at the alumni association, when you look at the money that's being given to the schools and the support and all that stuff, people are not giving. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. You know, people show up for homecoming and stuff like that, but you know, they put on a good front on social media, but that's not life for a lot of us. Like in real life, people are not really supporting these HBCUs the way that they claiming to support these HBCUs. So why are you going to try to take this one HBCU and act like this man is like the representative of all HBCUs? Like what the flip? No. No, 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 no. If that man was that, like if he was the make or break decision for your school, then y'all had problems way before that man got there. There were some problems that were already there. We gonna have to be real on this one. We gonna have to be real. We gonna have to. It's me. It's me. It's me. No one ever comes up here. The last concert, not Crucial Conflict. Was Crucial Conflict. Twister was a no-show. Not Hey in the Middle of the Barn. Oh, not the Crucial Conflict. Hey in the middle of the barn. Okay, my bad. Showing my age a little bit, but yeah. So the stuff I'm seeing with that's like that's BS to me. I'm calling foul on that, and it's us. It's us running out here talking about somebody should have turned down $5 million. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? We got people that won't turn down $500, and y'all telling this man he should have turned down $5 million. Pap, I believe you and Bruce might be related because he is from the Chi. He is from the Chi. But y'all telling this man $5 million, like, and again, it's not just about the money, but you saw a video where a coach from Mississippi Valley State University, he's taking this guy. This is one of his friends. He's taking that guy with him along in the coaching position. You don't get too many opportunities to bring people along. And let's be clear on this too about some of us. We'll go and we'll get positions and stuff like that, and we will leave everybody else where they at. We like, bye, Craig, and we'll just leave these people right where they are. You don't have too many people that's actually trying to reach back and bring some of their own along with them. Like we gotta be honest. We got to be honest. So I am very proud. I am super proud. It's only, that's mad, the black folk. Come on, Miss Fat. See, I'm trying not to say it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I wasn't going to say it like that now, but I because that's that mentality right there. That's that mentality right there, because it's like, why wouldn't you be happy? And they even went back and they said that the guy skipped out on the kids, hopped on the jet, went and talked to the kids, and then him and his son is his PR person, Deion Sanders Jr. So he sat there. They knew they had video because they record everything. It's almost like they're doing a biop. So they record everything. So they knew that they had footage of him actually talking to the young guys. And the ladies, you know, because you got your trainers and all that stuff, all of them on the team. So they knew that they had the receipts to show that what people were putting out there was a lie. And they waited and let people, you know, say what they had to say, because it really lets you see what people think about you, right? So it let all the people coming out, oh, he a sellout, he did this, he did that, he didn't talk to those guys, they were mad, they this, they that. And then you come back and you get to see the video and you get to see the young men, and they're talking about how excited they were and talking about the things that he did for them. You saw the young ladies talking about how they respected him and, you know, thanking him for what he brought to, not just to the university, but to their lives. Like, and this the kind of stuff, like, they didn't want to report on that stuff. They were too busy sitting up here, you know, people quick to call somebody Uncle Tom or call somebody a sellout. I've seen folks sell out for far less. And I said that. Darn it, I said that. What's going on, LaShawn? I have seen people fall out for far less. And not fall out, not even sell it, but just, you see what I'm saying? So it's I'm like, y'all need to stop. And y'all, the stuff is ridiculous. I wish I could pull the stuff. Like, really? Facts. what, about 2 weeks ago, they broke into the man's son truck. They broke into, I don't know if that was Shy's truck or Shadur's truck, but they broke into his truck. They broke into Deion Sanders' stuff. You got the man using his own money. He's sitting out there, y'all. Do y'all remember he had to go to the mayor, the governors? He begging all these people to get those boys some clean water so they can have water to drink and water for showers and stuff during practice. Do y'all remember that? This just happened. This was like a couple months ago. Before they said, like, they're still training and all this stuff. And they had all this stuff going on. And he literally got to go and do a PSA, put a darn video out to beg them to get these kids some clean water. Like, what the flip? I'm talking to y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. They said, Mom, hey, let me go back. Let me go back. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Ain't no clone. She was talking to us and told me to hold on. She was talking about being high, and then she came back with... I'm still high. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Yeah, I still got that stuff in my system. Y'all still got me over here sweating, Jesus. But yeah, that, y'all, I'm telling you, I had contact. I had some contact. I had contact. I was looking at my hands. I was like, why my hands shake? I had contact. Yeah, I had the contact. Said Pap and Miss Fat got their own conversation going on. Jackson State itself is in the hood. It is. Prime did a good job and made noise and awareness on how HBCU get different treatment. Miss Fat, and I'm gonna say this too. I'm glad you said that. Like, all jokes aside. Okay, so I started out, when I started going to college, I started out at Charleston Southern, right? Which is a predominantly white school. Charleston Southern didn't do nothing to me. I actually love Charleston Southern, but the tuition was like crazy, right? But it was a good school. It was absolutely a good school. And we had the stuff that we needed. Going into my second year at Charleston Southern, before we actually started the semester, I got a scholarship offer from South Carolina State, right? Now, keep in mind, now South Carolina State is a HBCU. Charleston Southern, going into the new semester, the tuition was going up to $23,000, whereas South Carolina State was only $5,500. Catch that. Let me run that back by you one more time. Charleston Southern, $23,000. South Carolina State, $5,500, right? And what they offered me a scholarship, but they just it was like the Hope. No, was it Hope? No, we didn't have that. Pell Grant. I don't know. They like offered me like something. But I was looking at the cost, and I'm like, well, shoot, if I can go and get my degree and it's only $5,500 versus me paying this $23,000, then I'm gonna go ahead and transfer to South Carolina State. So I transferred from Charleston Southern to South Carolina State in Orangeburg. Now, when I got to Orangeburg, do know that I realized I was in Orangeburg, okay? I realized that I was no longer in Kansas, okay? Told her, we not in Kansas anymore. It was different. Now, I appreciate the culture. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the culture. But business-wise, I could tell that I was no longer in Kansas. Okay, the house done fell on the witch. The little munchkins done came out. We done met the lollipop guild. We realized that we were not in Kansas anymore. So there was a huge Princess Di, have a good one. There was a huge difference. So, and you guys know, even with my situation at South Carolina State, again, love my school, love my alma mater, but I told you guys I had lost my cousin there. If you guys go back and you heard about the carbon monoxide leak and stuff that we had there, like, we were involved in that. So my first year coming there, was that my first year? Yeah, my first year coming in there that September. Wait a minute, was that my first year? That was my second year because I stayed at in Truth Campus. I stayed in Truth Hall when I first transferred there. So that was my going into my second semester at South Carolina State. So they had us staying in dorms. Anybody that's familiar with South Carolina State have ever been on a campus, they have some dorms that used to be an old Holiday Inn hotel. And they were actually condemned, but they had us staying there. And if you are familiar with South Carolina State, the campus is called South Campus. And this was like you being able to stay off campus, but it was a old hotel building. We did not know that the place was condemned. The school knew that the place was condemned. And we were staying in this place. They had good food, but they also had carbon monoxide leaking all through the darn building. And a lot of us ended up getting sick. We had to sue the school. We got introduced to carbon monoxide poisoning. We had all kind of health issues. Yeah, we went to projects. We sure were, Miss Fat. We went to projects. We sure were. I mean, in the projects. Anybody know about OBG? You cross that railroad track that's right there by Taco Bell. You go down there. You know, South used to be right there on the left. I think the last time, I think they actually knocked them down. But when my cousin passed, they ended up finally, they moved us out. They finally moved all of us out because we all got exposed to carbon monoxide. And they moved us to some people got dorms, were able to find some rooms on campus. Some of us, they put us in, they're not really campus, it's not campus housing, but it was like older houses that people from the school would like rent out that were like right around the school. So right around the gym, what that we call Club Shim, SHM, they had like houses like down that road. So they put us in those houses. And we didn't have to pay the rent to stay in those houses. But so definitely a different, it was a different vibe. It was definitely a different vibe. But I say that to say this. The love and stuff, you support your HBCUs, but we can't overlook the other schools because black people don't just go to HBCUs. We everywhere. We everywhere. Okay. We don't just go to HBCUs, and it doesn't make you any better, or make you any worse that because you went to HBCU. It's good, you get that culture, but you're gonna get that culture just being away from home anyway. Being in a new environment, you're gonna get a different culture. You're gonna get exposed to different cultures. So, I mean, it is what it is. So people saying that, he's doing all this stuff to HBCUs and man, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. I'm just saying. Cut it out. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. That's all I'm saying. Because those of us that done been in them schools, we know y'all ain't putting that kind of money out for that alumni. So don't get me started. That's all I'm saying. Don't get me started. The alumni associations and the school be getting this little money for different programs. What's going on, Kim? Y'all ain't doing what y'all supposed to do. Y'all ain't handling the business. Y'all are not handling the business. And y'all, when it comes to sports, we're going to keep it real. Football is one of the number one sports. And all HBCUs, you see what I'm saying? The ones that got football teams. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't have a team. But you got these big programs that are actually bringing in the money, and folks be taking the money and putting it in other places. And that's why you have so much turnover with the presidents and all this stuff. Yeah. So until y'all, as a whole, treat people right and do what y'all supposed to do, then you're going to keep having turnovers, and you can't expect people to work for free. That's all I'm saying. And people should not have to give up their hard-earned money to try to take care of their team when the school is being fully funded by not just all these sponsors that's coming in, but you got all these donors, these booster clubs. Like, you got these people in place that are like actively giving money for these sports programs, and y'all choosing to take and do whatever y'all want to do with the money. And you can't get mad for somebody that they saying like you didn't honor your deal with them. So they're going to do whatever they told you they were going to do, and they're out. How many people come in and within 2 years, they done won 2 championships? Who does that? Who does that? I'm sorry, but before this year right here, I'm saying, well, last year, I wasn't hearing anything about Jackson State. Nothing. I heard about the people that were local to me. South Carolina State, Benedict, Allen, Moore, and that's just because they local now. Morris, A&T, um, I can't even think of the, the folks that are around here. Spellman, like you got like all this extra stuff. Like if it wasn't like a well-known HBCU, like people didn't pay you any attention. You don't get any attention at all. So for me, the fact that people even know about Jackson State at this point, because you got a lot of people don't even know what HBCUs are. I've seen it. People say, "What is a HBCU?" And they're not wrong for that, because if you don't know, you don't know. So the man go, get them on the map. Who is Swag? What? Who is Swag? What? I mean, he get them on the map, got people coming to the games. He got celebrities coming to the games. You got, like, other NFL players coming to the games. You are exposing these young men to people that they would not otherwise be able to get that exposure. You got them on ESPN. They don't put HBCUs on ESPN, man. Come on. We might get a highlight. Little 30-second highlight, if that, little 15-second highlight. We might get a highlight. But having our whole game put on ESPN, they don't do that. No. They don't like us like that. I'm just saying. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, you don't get that HBCU coverage like that, like nationwide. It got to be something major going on, unless they covering something that happened on campus. You know, something negative that happened on campus, you don't get that exposure. So for somebody to come and even put the team in a position to try to get that type of exposure, not try, because they did, and to be able to assist them, I'm not going to say get, but to assist them in getting better facilities, getting upgraded facilities, stuff that they should have anyway. How you going to knock somebody for that? How you going to knock? Where they do that at? So that's my take. That's my take on that. That's my take. Okay. Every school gonna have stuff that they complain about. But one thing is for certain, and two things for sure. You got people come and go. Anybody that ever plays sports, you know that coaches come and go. It's part of the job. It's part of the job. And if you sitting up there and you teaching or coaching at a school that's like 1 and 12, and then you get an opportunity to go to a school that's 12 and 0, or vice versa. You feel like you can go and you can change that school around, but they offering you more money. They got better benefits. You don't have to worry about your mess being broken into every day. You don't have to go and put a boot. And yes, I said boot. You don't have to go and put a boot on your car. And I said that because I told y'all at South Carolina State I had to put a boot. The club. I had to put a club. That's what it was, not the boot, the club. I had to put a club on my steering wheel after somebody stole my car. They stole my Hyundai. They stole my Hyundai. My Hyundai. They stole my Hyundai accent. Drove out all my gas and put my car back. So I told it, like, you know, it's just different. It's different. I mean, I'm wishing DIAM well. You know, everybody's entitled to feel the way that they want to feel or whatever, but I think that we just need to be realistic on that one. A very lucrative opportunity has presented itself. I feel like before people were, believing that God, whenever Deion said that he was being led by God, they believed it before. But when it comes time to for him to leave Jackson, now he ain't being led by God. He being led by money, and the God stuff is a joke. So y'all, you got to make up your mind. Let that man be great. Let that man be great, because if somebody or something is going to be successful, it's going to be successful with or without you if it was supposed to happen. That's my 5 cents on that. Yeah, about 5 cents. That's my 5 cents on that. So let that man go. Okay. Who is Swag? So that's my take on that. Now, people were asking me about the trade with the ball player and all that. They asked me what my thoughts were on that. Do you have any thoughts on that? Let me give you my answer. No. That's it. They say, do you have any thoughts on that? And I don't. And don't. Okay, so moving right along. Yes, that right. My grandson, East Lincoln High School, won 3A state championship. Like, okay, shout out to your grandson, Kim. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. He got a 4-year scholarship. Okay. Okay, KK. Let me tell you something. The schools that be up in the mountains, they will give you a scholarship. They will take that scholarship. Take that scholarship, child. Tell them take that scholarship. Take that scholarship. Um, but yeah, so that I'm just see how I just skated on past that. I'm gonna skate on past that because the energy that we be putting into certain things, like we don't give everything the same amount of energy. So I'm just skirt. I'm skirt. We just gonna go on past that. That's the college football call. They should have never let that transfer portal be wide open like it is. Hey, look here. Hey, Miss Fat, look here. Look here. That portal is a beast, ain't it? That portal is a beast. And let me tell you something. You know those young guys not mad? Because they were waiting on that portal to open so they could just go on like it was Star Trek, child. Beam me up, Scotty. They out of there. They out of there. You hear me? Y'all know how on Star Trek they used to stand in a little thing, used to beam them up. They out of there. They out of there. Let me tell you, it's just like a good relationship, y'all. Some of us, because some folks trifling, but and I mean that respectfully. It's like when you get a little taste. You done dealt with bad for so long. You done dealt with bad for so long, and then you get a little taste of something good, and then that good like it's going in another direction. Child, you ain't trying to get that old stuff no more. You want that new flame. So beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up. They used to have to be red shirted 1 year before playing. Now they just, hey. That's hey. Hey. You know what, Miss Fat, them recruiters they're gonna have to earn their pay. They're gonna have to earn their pay. They are really gonna have to earn their pay. Um, I'm kind of conflicted with that one because I like the fact, honestly, I like the fact that the players, to me, it's giving them a little bit more control over what they're doing. Um, because I've seen people play with some of those guys, especially with football. Well, with basketball too. Like they would play with some of them students and just have them sitting there, and they come up with every reason in the world. No, you got the red. No, 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 no. They let them go ahead and play. And I'm thinking now. You got a team that went from, at this point, just looking at Colorado, just looking at their school's record, there's no reason that anybody would want to transfer over to that school, right? They're like 11, 1 and 11, something like that. 1 and 10, something like that. There's no reason for anybody to want to transfer there. But knowing that you got that coach there, and then you see some of the other coaches that are coming in, right? And then you got DIAM being slick with it. So people get mad because he's showing, why you showing stuff in Colorado? He's showing like the facilities. He's showing like the little recovery stuff that they got. Like he doing recruiting without recruiting. So these jokers sitting back on Instagram just like I am, watching like, dang, they got all that. Ooh, that's nice. This fabric's nice. And it's gonna make it hard for those recruiters because number one, like after seeing what Dion did with Jackson State, like, would you not want to go play for him? Now you might have those that parents say, well, you really want to play for him. You see how he left this school hanging. And that might have people wanting to go and look at some other, places. But I mean, for me, my child, if I had a child, I'd be like, go on over there with Neon. Go on with Neon Dion. Bump the recruiting scout. Here, let me go and send you on over there. Hot tub, warm pool, cool. Yo, they got it. Dion said, yeah, we're going to be using that. We definitely going to be using a lot of that. We're going to be using a lot of that. But they're going to make it hard. They're going to make it hard. But for me, I'm like, shoot, why not? Why not? Let them people run after that man. Let them go. If they think that he is the cream of the crop, then that's good. At least somebody feel like some of us are the cream of the darn crop. Pay your fare. Pay your fare. Pay your fare. So, but yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be hard to recruit some folks. And with that too, I saw like some people were saying, well, our kids, they went there thinking that they were gonna have him. He was gonna coach their whole 4 years. You got a good coach if your coach there your whole 4 years. Like for real. Shoot, the time I was at State, I think we went through 3 coaches. You got a good coach. Like they treating that coach right, or he don't have any options. If you got him your whole 4 years, and you might be a super student, a professional student, so 5 or 6 years, whatever your pleasure. But if the coach stays there that long, that's a blessing. I mean, if it's a good coach, that's a blessing. But you can't go into a school or go to a school thinking that, okay, I'm coming as a freshman, my coach gonna be here all 4 years. Like that don't even make sense, bruh. Like the coaching staff gonna always change up. The coaching staff will always change up. Somebody's always coming and going. So yeah, it's I was just watching that. And like I said, being a fan of Neon, Dion, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, y'all gonna back off my boy. Y'all gonna back off my boy and let him do his thing. Now, if y'all want to make up the salary in between, if y'all feel like y'all can go and do a better job with these young men and help build these young men, if y'all think y'all can do a better job than him, then go and have at it. He's not there. Now's your chance to go and prove that you could do a better job. Because clearly you got all the answers that he didn't have. So go and show him how he should have done it. Show him how he should have done it. But the mere fact that those young men are still willing to play for him, even though he has accepted this job at this other school, and you look at them during practice and they're still showing out, you can tell they might have lost a little bit of, wind in their sail, which is expected. But, the respect level, and I think he respects them too. So, and what more can you ask for with somebody that's going to be working with your kids? Because they're grown, but they're kids. You know what I'm saying? So to have somebody to take up that type of time for these young guys, and you hear these guys talking about not having dads and not having male figures in their lives and how they felt like he stepped up. And, one guy was talking about, him just taking care of him and his family, like the stuff that he did for them that he didn't have to do. Everybody's not going to do that, even if they're able. They may be able, but not willing. Y'all know some people get a little bougie. When they get a little money, they get a little bougie. They ain't doing nothing for you. So that was my thought on that. That's my thought on that. Last but not least, let me see what my time is. Okay. Last but not least, I'll do this one real quick. So I see on the news that they arrested 2 people. And I know there were a couple of people that had something to say about this. They arrested 2 people with the stuff that happened with Takeoff. Y'all, I am not a conspiracy person. I believe in following evidence. I do believe in that. I believe in the ballistics. I believe in, recreating scenes and looking at projectiles and stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that um I believe in. Um my thing is right now, do I think that they have everybody that's involved? No. Do I think that this man that they have, this Pat, DJ Pat, whatever his name is, people were saying that he was not there? He was absolutely there. All in the video. Okay, he was like Diddy, all in the video. He was there. He was there. He was there. So, um, that's I don't even do any talking on it, because at the end of the day, I know that there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes in law enforcement that they're not going to put out there for the news and the media to go and try to spin around, because at the end of the day, they still going to have to present that case. But there was enough there for them to arrest that joker. And people were saying that he wasn't there, and he was absolutely, positively, absolutely. He was absolutely there. So my thing is, people in Georgia are still hurting about the stuff that happened with Takeoff. I think that it's helping the family out a little bit to even know that they're trying to do anything to try to find out what's going on with him. So, and y'all know how they'll let a case go cold quick. So the mere fact that somebody trying to do something, and you got to remember that these are not just local authorities that are working on this. Okay, you got the other folks working on it too. So there's some there. There's some there, and you just not gonna get me to believe with the experience that I have and the stuff that I do. You are not going to get me to believe. Now, if you were talking about a teenager, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I even give you an 18-year-old, like an older person, convincing them, okay, here, take this charge for me. They only gonna give you this because you're a juvenile. I might buy into that. But you're not going to convince me that a 30-something-year-old man, that you're going to convince him or give him enough money to take this type of charge. Y'all get me? I ain't want to say the charge, because y'all know how YouTube do, but I'm just not down with the conspiracy stuff to believe that this 30-something-year-old man, this grown behind man, is crazy enough to sit there and take that type of charge for any amount of money. Hey, man, just give me about 10 G's. Give me like 10 G's. I'll go ahead and take that rap. 10 G's, I'll never get to spend. Give me 30 G's, I'll take that rap that I never get to spend. Like, no. I believe they're dirty. I believe they're dirty, but I'm not buying that one. I know too much about this one right here that I ain't buying that one. I'm not buying that one. Because that man, I just went back and did my little research. That dude ain't slow. So I can't let nobody convince me that he going to let somebody give him a couple $1,000s to take that rap. Especially when, some of the same people, like he wasn't there, not the same people. Now that we see that he was there, okay, now not a story changing. No, the conspiracies can't keep changing with they can't keep changing. It's just like the stuff with Shanquella, like the stuff keep changing. That's why I haven't went back and did anything else on it, because you want her family to be able to have some type of peace. And there's so many conspiracies out there. You just got to let stuff, you got to let it work. They're going to connect all that social media and stuff. They don't stop. I'm telling you. These people are not slow. They know what they're dealing with. They know what they're dealing with. It's us that don't know what they're dealing with. And people, oh my God. Miss Fat, these people be on here telling on themselves. And then they get mad because somebody else say something. But you done came on here and told on yourself. You done came right on here because you had to let everybody know how much of a boss you were, or that you had, like, we get on here and we tell on ourselves, right? So we just going to sit here. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to see what happens with this, because people either they tell because they scared. They trying to get a one-up on folks. So they'll get out there and try to get ahead of the store and try to put something out there, which is sometimes a smart move. But they'll try to get up and, get ahead of the story. Well, here, let me go ahead and put this out. Um, and I 90% of their cake. I'm with your brother, and I'm gonna put 5 more on it. Nowadays, yeah, I'm gonna put 5 more on it. Um, Back in the day before we had all this extra stuff, it was a little harder to try to solve stuff. But now, yeah, I'm gonna agree with that 100%. I'm going to agree with that 100% because people can't hold water. They can't hold water. They go and they rob places, and then they got to go on social media and take pictures with the money. Like they got to put the money up to their ear like a phone. Y'all know how they do it. Yeah. Who calling me? They put the money up to their ear like a phone, or they got to go and they got to show that they done bought all this Balenciaga and all this mess. Or, I mean, you steal somebody's car, you riding around in the flossing live in the car that you stole. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't never seen that. It's just me. I'm the only one that just me. Just me. You go and shooting up, and you got to go. Not only do you go and you got to go and rap about what you just did. And if you don't rap about it afterwards, you rapped about it before you went and did it. Huh? What? What? What was it? Half of them go like, exactly, Bruce. Like, what? See, you can tell that some of y'all that they're young because they ain't grow up watching these crime shows, okay? They ain't old enough to know about the wire and stuff like that because they would have learned something. You don't go putting, you know what? Let me Hirsch. Let me Hirsch. I mean, to just go and put the whole thing out there, and then you sitting up here and you wonder how they knew it was me. I had on a mask and everything. How they know it was me? Cause your hoodie had your name on the front, bro. Remember when you went live? Your hoodie had your name on the front. Your hoodie had your name on the front. Yeah. It said Lil John and them. It had your name. It had your name on the front. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, they called your name in the video. Remember they did. That family in H-Town when that child, not that. Because there's always gonna be some questions. Child. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Miss Fat. I absolutely agree with you on that. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. That's how people be praying on their own people. And I don't mean pray. They pray, Prey. They pray on their own people, and they'll go and get like weak-minded individuals to go and commit these types of crimes and have them feeling like they can get away with stuff, or if you do it, we got your back. We ain't gonna do this, and we ain't gonna. Man, listen. Had them people walking straight into a 30 to a 40. They don't even know. They don't even know. Man, yeah, you only get like 5 years probation off this, and you walking them straight into a 30 or 40. And they thinking you got man, I ain't gonna get started on that. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here. Right, Miss Fat. Walking straight into a 30 or 40. I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm like, you did all the research in the world except the research that you should have been doing, because you should have been looking at them guidelines. You should have been looking at them charges for them crimes and people was trying to get you to commit. You should have been looking. You should have been looking. You should have been asking yourself, why are they asking me to do it? Why are you not doing this yourself? Why do I have to be a part of it? I didn't come up with this. This wasn't my original thought. This was your thought. You do it. You do it. Anyway, that's my soapbox. So, yeah. I guess that's my motivational Sunday message, y'all. Okay? Don't let folks talk you into anything. Don't let folks talk you out of certain things. If you feel that you are led if you feel that you are led spiritually, you know, to do a certain thing, if you feel like you have been called, and don't let anybody try to speak, you know, ill of that or talk you out of what you feel like you have been called to do. Now, hopefully that calling don't include you robbing somebody or doing something else that is illegal. Now, that is something that you definitely need to be taught out of, because there's nothing, you shouldn't be led to do that. But you know, the other stuff, you know, if you feel like you have been led to do something and it's positive, and you prayed on it and all that stuff, man, bump these other people. Bump these other people. Because one thing we have learned about our people is that crab mentality is real. And even if we want to go back into this Willie Lynch thing, even though we know that this, well, let's not say we know. Will the real Willie Lynch please stand up? We're just gonna leave that there. Whatever your thoughts are on that, but the idea of the Willie Lynch syndrome theory, like whatever, like this is real. You want to hide something from a jigger, put in the book. We are sitting here and we are our own worst enemies when it comes to certain things, and we see it every day. We watch it live and in living color. And if you ever want to see how somebody feel about you, come on now. Hey, let them see you doing something good, and see how quick they find a way to try to turn your positive into a negative. They will find something wrong with what you are doing. You think you're better than everybody else. You feel like you're entitled. Yeah. Oh, look at you. You're bougie. You're bad and bougie. I don't mind being bad and bougie, but you're bad and bougie. You got the devil in you. You ain't got God in you. You just got a lot of stuff going on. They're going to always find something. But let me tell you something. 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 If you are doing the right thing, and I'm going to end, this is the message I'm going to end with for tonight. If you are doing the right thing, and you don't have some hell coming your way, now you got to question what you're doing. Because when you're doing the right thing, them little minions going to always try to come out and mess with you. They're going to always try to come out and mess with you. Always. It's your job to identify them little things. Not things. Them little things for what they are. Identify them and scoot them on out the way and go on about your business. Kick them. Okay? Kick them on out the way. Hold on. Let me do a camera. Reverse camera. Kick them. Kick them on out the way real quick and go on about your business and do what you were called to do. Because in the words of Country Wayne, Jesus is popping. Now let that marinate in your spirit. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to do a little catch up real quick because I have not been on here in a while. I am literally trying to take care of some business. Hopefully I will get the opportunity. I won't tell you everything that's going on, but I will. Let me be careful how I say that. Yeah. Hopefully I can give you a little bit of information on what I have been able to, what I have been blessed to be able to work on. Hopefully I'll be able to share some of that with you all. Deuces, Bruce, deuces. Thank y'all for chilling with me for a little while. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. Thank you, Basic Mom. Have a good night. Everybody on here, have a good night. Have a blessed Sunday. Have a productive and safe. Have a productive and safe work week. Y'all always keep your head up. Keep your head up. Look, I'm telling you, keep your head up and watch the ground. Does that make sense? Keep your head up and watch the ground. You always need to know what you're stepping on. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. And remember, let me tell you something. Keep your grass cut. Let that one marinate. Bye, y'all.